Before, we had Overwatch players try out Marvel Rivals for the first time while playing characters that are supposed copies of Overwatch heroes. This time we flipped it, so for this video we have 10 Marvel Rivals players trying out Overwatch for the first time playing their Overwatch clone. A Star-Lord main will be playing Tracer, an Iron Man main will be playing Pharah. You get the idea. And before you start complaining in the comments about the hero equivalents, it was Twitch chat that voted for this. They thought, for example, that Moira was more like Scarlet Witch than Cloak and Dagger, so don't get mad at me. This is a game mode that does not exist in Marvel Rivals.
What could be better than pushing?
The beautiful map of Runasapi. You have to be on the cart. I don't know if these Marvel Rivals players are aware of that.
I reckon that these are the prime audience for Season 16. These are the stadium players of the future, you know?
Wow, look at all these bear skins.
I know. They look so poor.
Some people did talk about how they claimed skins that they just got for
like
the
Twitch
game, but
ones?
yeah, Twitch dropped skins and all that, but they've never actually used them. All right, good luck to both teams. We have Reinhardt making it there first.
I'm a little confused about the robot not unlocking yet.
Oh yeah, maybe they're just like, why isn't he moving? I'm alone on it.
Already though, our blue team kind of popping up slingshot at.
Ooh.
The Cassidy aim's not too bad, just able to tear on through here, seemingly taking big advantage of the space that Doomfist is making.
That's going to be brutal having Discord Cassidy against a Reinhardt. Ryan is going to struggle out there in the field.
They're discovering whole new ways to suffer. I mean, they've just been nerfed as Doctor Strange, so they came in depressed.
True, true. And Reinhardt, I don't know, where's the meta of Reinhardt nowadays?
Be aggressive or die. Actually, be aggressive and die, or do nothing and die, I think is the one way of it.
Remember when we were all just sitting there minding our own business when suddenly, boom, Oblivion Remastered just popped up in our unsuspecting faces? Another GTA 6 trailer dropped while I'm trying to practice and get better at Rivals and make more meme builds in Overwatch Stadium. It's a crazy time in gaming right now between the releases that we're actually expecting and the ones that are just thrown into our laps out of the blue. Your PC needs to be ready, and I'm talking about a PC that's pre-built from Apex Gaming PCs. They're your one-stop shop that offers top-of-the-line rigs that come ready to play out of the box. And if you don't know where to start, I've partnered with Apex Gaming PCs to offer my line of 3 custom rigs that all come at different price points. It was made by my tech-savvy friends and me, more importantly, my tech-savvy friends. I literally own and use a pre-built PC, and I didn't have to worry about troubleshooting it or putting any of the parts together. I just ordered it to my house, and then I was recording and streaming and all that. And if you still don't like that, there is financing available through Bread, which allows you to pay later and game now. You can find out more clicking the link in the description right below me. Thank you, Apex Gaming PCs, for sponsoring this video. Another thing that I did notice about this is that we have 2 flyers behind a Reinhardt, which might not be the greatest. Oh, but they're taking it back. There are absolutely no heals.
Oh, damage is permanent.
For blue team. Yes, all damage is permanent. My favorite phrase.
Well, when you live in America and you don't have money, that's always the case.
Just hurts a bit more coming from
critiques of a healthcare
industry. A bit more painful coming from the non-American, someone who can't even laugh with me in pain.
Oh, nice charge there. Wow, the first little player 3 goes crazy. Actually kind of went in alone. That also doesn't work on Thor, so I'm not entirely sure the excuse is.
Getting hunted down. Damn.
Really down again. Twig is doing a great job here of managing to take out the Predator early in these fights, which is kind of the ideal target for the Tracer with the Pulse Bomb, even if you don't want to go up against it with the Pulse Pistols. It really turns around the momentum.
Now, this Reinhardt really struggling with chargers. There's not really a commit move like that for Doctor Strange. If anything, there is the portal, but you kind of have a lot of time to move around your mouse exactly where you want to place it. Not so much with Reinhardt's charge.
Imagine portaling into the enemy front line every single fight. Wait, Big O could come up here from Ryan. Oh, he's gonna charge into
a massive high noon! Oh no! People don't know how to stop it. I must say, I feel like as popular as Overwatch was on the internet, surely people know that it's high noon is a bad thing that you have to hide from.
Well, you gotta think about it. Some of these players, maybe like 18, they were probably 10 when Overwatch came out.
Oh my goodness, we're so old.
Like during the Bastion's farming player for the game Reddit Rage era, they were like still learning colors. Oh, that's
a big Moira ultra assist, and Ryan pins him. What a stop!
Wild MVP, honestly, unbearable. In the back, though, unperturbed, just moisturized in their lane. Cassidy blinking away with a little hella sword.
How is he surviving back there?
Oh, wait,
he is in this. Oh, that's a copy. That is a copy on Cassidy. Oh my goodness.
Okay, we'll be using Cole to push the bot. Of course, it does go faster, and they're leaving the bot. No, it's fine. It's still going.
And now I'm sure Slurm probably learned this in the practice range. Unfortunately, they do not spawn with the ultimate of the person that they copied.
Oh, big let. Sneaking down to a third pulse bomb. Swig is really bullying out this Brigitte. Distorted Ryan, difficult to try and deal with. Nice punch connects in. Ryan comes in with the charge. Taken down before they can actually make an impact. Miss Loser supporting in more than one way. Not a healer, a support.
Careful not to call them healers. Some people see that as a slur nowadays. I am a support.
For false cannon, a little bit more indirect with the damage on the Pharah, but she's getting up real nice and close. Too much damage for the Doomfist to bear. Still hasn't really internalized the use of a block thus far.
Such is the price of progress.
Oh wait, Slingshot is just discovering the healing. The health regen.
Oh, right. Yes, these guys do not have to worry about peaking their healers. There's passive healing in this game. Not many people like that feature, but
Solo Deadeye.
I love it, actually.
Mayhaps.
All right,
Oh wait, the Breeze is coming.
This is a massive flank coming in. There's two fights going on. Oh, that's just tough.
Do you say they're a Hella player?
They are a Hella player, yes. I figured
Wait,
they have like a
maybe?
stun, they have hit scan.
It's a pretty strong analog, I'm not gonna lie. Ryan could be overwhelmed here, surrounded.
I'm massive shatter!
Big
You thought it was over.
The Reinhardt disagreed. Iron Agamotto popping off right here, and finally a pulse goes right.
Why did nobody die?
That one is the Brigitte, but the player just for frontline pressure of this Thor is unbreakable.
I'm just upset that nobody died. Great tracking there. That's our Star-Lord player right there.
My emotionally open murderer.
Look at this Moira holding the front line. That is a Scarlet Witch, right. We didn't have a DPS to support again.
Yeah, but on the other side we had a Vanguard to support.
Yeah.
By putting the Captain America over there.
The Moira versus Moira. The anime battle. They escape. Yeah, Scarlet Witch players know how to rat. Unfortunately, they were nerfed a bit because they have two of those fading abilities in Marvel Rivals versus the one that they have available here that is on a very long cooldown. Oh, let's see a big slam.
Slams into the middle of many, instantly gets pinned. Oh, wow, big trash to rescue this one. The Lunar Snow ultimate is coming up clutch in this one.
That is actually our Mantis player. We figured because they have damage boost like Orb of Discord.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Slingshot, always getting so much value in the back. Here comes the copy.
Let's see the copy.
No instant ult, though. This is a rip-off. This ult's terrible.
Yeah, and you do get a second life, kind of. You don't just die as the person you copied.
Don't get pinned out of this Cole now. Manages to avoid it. I believe they were stunned on the way in. Ryan, she's taking so much damage. Oh, the shield.
That's tough.
Against the beams. While it may be a healing ult thrown out, but now Ziggy Bill is going to be overwhelmed. The dizzying heights of 30 centimeters achieved here by our red team.
Blue team was stuck in that position for a while on the 123-meter mark, but this might be the end of the game right here. Unless, oh, they've already gotten picks. That's both the heals down, coming in. A justice to no avail, as they usually end.
I'm doing a quick perk check here. Slingshotter hasn't picked any. But that's okay. They're just gonna do it.
I forgot about
perks.
that.
It's not needed. And everyone else has picked perks apart from Slingshotter, who's in their own world, aiming away on the off angle. Where we going, we don't need perks.
Maybe I should let them know about that, yeah. We have a Reinhardt, a Doom, aka a Doctor Strange, and a Thor. What was the transition going from Thor to Doomfist like?
I can see the similarities, but movement abilities are very different. Like the big punch move, it's just different than anything else on Thor's kit. Doomfist is still kind of like that divey tank, much better at getting the KOs than Thor is. But Thor, I love just being able to snag one guy, get into a 1v1, and then just eliminate them.
And I'm sure it's a lot tougher being the only tank on your team, so...
Oh yeah, that's the biggest transition for me is the 5v5s, honestly.
Yeah.
That ult is very similar. Very, very similar.
Oh yeah. Talk to us about what it's like being a Doctor Strange main and moving into the Reinhardt world.
With Doctor Strange, you have a ranged attack.
Hey, Reinhardt does too.
And Reinhardt does have a ranged attack, but it's a lot more difficult to aim, and obviously you're on the cooldown. Transition to first person, you lose a lot of your awareness of what's going around. It's a lot harder to use your big shield usefully to keep track of where everyone is, because you have to complete 180 to keep track of everyone else. It's the 3-hit kill with the Reinhardt main attack. It's a massive increase in kill potential. Well, if I just walk in, I can kill them, and then I've walked in too far. I'm one tank, I can't leave the team, and they've all been killed.
How do you think people feel about Reinhardt mains?
Because they can kill you so fast, and they have the big shield, so I imagine people hate them.
And how do you think people think about Doomfist?
I can see a better player playing Doomfist really well, and being kind of... Sorry?
I said it's awful.
That was where I was going to go with it, is I feel like people will think this character is very annoying to play against.
I think her name is pronounced Petra.
Farah.
I only see similarities with the ult and the left click. Other than that, I see no similarities. Like, I find myself being in the air, then suddenly on the ground, thinking I still had flight left, and the ult is just Iron Man F. I find it difficult.
Playing ground fair, I'm sure at some points can be kind of frustrating, not being able to use your whole niche mechanic like flight.
I'm sure Slump has got some words for you putting them on Echo.
I have definitely got some words for you, because first of all, I am not a DPS main. I play Loki. Echo does have the whole like duplicate thing for copying an ult, which is, you know, that's Loki things. But no healing, definitely no flight. I noticed that if you do damage, it like charges up your ult faster, but I don't think I've stayed alive long enough to actually use somebody else's ult. I've just turned into somebody, maybe done some damage, and then died.
The main thing, I think, is like I had to be a lot more mid-range, and the follow-up was like a lot bigger.
Star-Lord does have that invincible flip, kind of. Do you think that the blink feels the same as that flip that Star-Lord has?
Probably no, because like I am playing on European ping because I am European.
My condolences.
I did like get headshot by Slingshotter once or twice while blinking.
Slingshotter. We saw so many flanks. I don't think I saw...
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I don't think I saw a teammate on your screen every time we spectated you. You don't really have that Raven ability that Hella has, but that doesn't seem to stop you.
I don't have the same ability. Aiming feels great, honestly.
Tell us about the ult feature. Was it like...
Oh yeah, it took me a little bit to figure out what he actually did. I think the first like 2 times I actually cancelled it before I even got anyone. But then I got a huge 4-man kill, and that was great.
That was huge. It's not every day we see big noons nowadays. Everybody just hears high noon and hides.
I want to know where you came from, but you never played Overwatch prior to playing Marvel Rivals.
I've played some Fortnite, and I have like 900 hours on Splatoon. That's about it as far as like shooters go for me.
I main Mantis, and right now I'm playing as Zenyatta.
What was it like having an ult that you can't do anything during?
I just say like, oh, it's just a little snowball, except I can't damage them, so I just acted like that.
Does it feel limiting giving a damage boost by having to peek the enemy rather than just giving it to your teammates?
I kind of. I don't know. I'm so used to buffing others. The oils are like similar to Mantis, but like you're only on one person, so I gotta like keep switching around these orbs.
I actually struggle more with Mantis in that, because I feel like I have to look at the bottom of my screen, see who's getting the damage boost. Half the time I just spend damage boosting somebody, and I never spend time actually shooting. What was it like going from tank to support with a shield?
Dude, this is the worst experience of my life. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is bad. It's bad, bro. Like, it's not because I'm a support. It's because I have no mobility. Like, that's the whole reason I play Captain.
We have a little dash. You have a little shield bash to get.
The little dash doesn't do nothing. It does nothing for you. I get like a little movement speed from like the little perk, but like that's it.
I don't know what Prig's perks are off the top of my head, but you chose the mobility one.
I chose mobility, and I chose the one that like you hit somebody and then inspire lasts longer. So it felt a little better, but aside from that, it was bad. It was just bad.
What was it like going from Scarlet Witch to Moira, having that one less fade ability?
I feel more like Cloak and Dagger than anything. But then I just get to get out of jail free. I feel like it doesn't have enough burst damage to feel it like Scarlet. But at the same time, I think the dash is what makes it a lot like Scarlet gameplay, because I'm just in and out.
Oh yeah. Do you feel more, I guess, able to survive having that ult versus the pure chaos?
Yeah, I feel like I'm less likely to get shot down or just like stunned out of it. I feel like I can actually use the ult.
Oh yeah.
Whether I hit anything is a different question, but
it was weird having to heal and do damage and just have my healing based on me doing damage. It's kind of, I ran out of heals a decent amount of the time.
Oh yeah,
so
that'll happen
I had
a lot.
to start like flanking with the fade just to get some free damage to start healing people.
You're a DPS main. Doesn't that feel same field, damaging rather than healing?
The orb kind of feels like a Chthonian burst, but constant, so I feel like I could easily melt the little backline when I dove it.
How do you think people feel about Moira players?
probably call it skillless. Skillless character.
Do you think that that's fair?
I don't have to think at all when I'm aiming, so...
Yep. Okay, we'll give them an escort map. We have beautiful Rialto. I personally love this map. I am realizing now, I feel like Slurp is just kind of struggling a bit on Echo to learn the projectile. I've looked at it this way. Loki has 3 clones. They all fire 1 projectile. What does Echo fire? 3 projectiles. Same character.
Basically.
Right? Yeah. Now I'm noticing that Cassidy, one of the strongest DPS out of this lineup, is going up against Pharah and Tracer. They're direct counters. Okay.
To be fair, they don't have a huge advantage against Tracer on account of not really discovering their flashbang yet.
Oh, true, true.
Slingshot is just going to be exchanging fire with Pharah.
What did I miss down there?
What just happened? Huh?
What just happened? We'll have to get a replay of that.
Okay, instantly pinned. Slurp wasn't able to fly away from that one, but it's okay, even with the charge being cancelled. Oh, Slingshot once again on their hella bullshit.
Ryan is already in their back line.
Oh, blinked off the map.
What? Oh, no.
Okay, you did put the Tracer player in the position where they could blink off the map a lot here on Rialto. You knew you were picking this for content.
Yeah, didn't take that into consideration. What a charge. A lot of connected charges from Ryan.
Yeah, really taking advantage of the less mobile Doomfist throwing that block, who just discovered that part of their kit. Miss Loser actually a little bit overextended. Slingshot's going to be able to punish that one. Then rolling on through the choke. Difficult to get through here against the Reinhardt. She's able to wrap around all these corners, start swinging, holding M1 and dominating off the back of it. But here we go. Mutual charge knocks down both of the tanks. Slingshot has got the accuracy to try and take this one back as Retro's coming in close. Tries to move away. The threat from Reinhardt is omnipresent. Doesn't know what the Panther Hammer exists. This piercing knight as Proppy Panda, or Proggy Panda, taken down by the Earth Shatter, and the dust clears.
I am noticing that this Cassidy likes to stand still and aim. That's something that I struggle with. I think
they might be a Vol player before they played Marvel Rivals.
It was a tip that I received from Coach Spilo, shout out, that when you're not in danger, you might as well stand still to make your aim better.
See, I can't do that on account of just ADHD brain.
Yeah, exactly. I always want to be using both hands. Oh, what a save. Zenyatta stays living.
Crazy save there for themselves. Ms. Loser making sure that everyone's nice and healthy. We're going to see a point completed here by our red team. And Proggy Panda, well, this is the same as in Marvel Rivals. Maybe not the greatest investment, but still could be punishable. Out comes the Dare Dive. Just doesn't fire it on account of a shield being there, I guess. Once again, flashbanged by the Reinhardt.
Proggy Panda doing what Moiras do best, and that is DPS.
Oh, Slurp will escape here. Longshot will head on the way out, admittedly. They are a Loki player. Flying's not really in their toolbox. Ryan beamed. Oh, Slurp's really taking advantage of the kit right now. Moving up is the Tracer. Forced the recall on back from the damage of Slingshotter, who now has a Pharah in their sights. Easy pickings here for the Hela. The Tracer a little bit more evasive. And whoa, never mind. Headshot delivered.
Yes, I think they're still getting used to... Oh, look at that perk! The movable Pharah ult.
The moving barrage.
Stuff into the eyes of a Reinhardt. Oh, that's a big shatter coming in.
That's a huge slam. 3 on the floor. Just caught the Brigitte disengaging. And this is a roll on forward here. 4 minutes of a time bank, Fish.
Oh, yes, slingshotter. Crazy flank coming in. It's. I guess they're used to having that kind of escape ability that Hela does. Cass doesn't really have that, but they do have a. You have a crazy high noon.
Finds the value. The Reinhardt could be flanked on here, and I think I may have actually
Oh
seen
my! This is an insane flank.
Need. The accuracy is crazy right now from Slingshot around the back, standing still, standing on business, and standing defensively as Blues hold.
What a calm push.
Sweating buckets right now. Oh, like a human swimming pool. Oh. So, speaking of human swimming pools, I'm wet for that charge. Brigitte crushed up against the wall. Wait, incoming Reinhardt. Less
and then Tracer just needs to know about the map.
Yeah, Tracer's very map dependent. Star-Lord, there's a lot of forgiveness you can have when you
yes! The Echo copy! They're popping off!
Managed to take down the Reinhardt. The Rein got the shield bash perk and found a kill with it. Kinda wild.
Yeah.
Rein is scaling.
You know, that's also something I didn't take into account. We did not have an Echo main play in the Marvel Rivals equivalent of this video. But unfortunately, Echo, their ult is to copy other characters that they've never played. So that just makes this even more difficult.
Yeah, you're just learning.
The cancel coming in from player 3.
Oh, player 3 also blocks the incoming barrage. Huge value from this Doomfist.
A big punch coming in. Oh my goodness.
Huge unreal delivery. Slingshot about. Still going to keep this one punished. Just playing at the end of the lane. Has eyes onto the Tracer. Can come on in. Question. Oh, that was a nasty flick. Rancid.
I do see the Doomfist is trying to punch vertically. Unfortunately, the character doesn't work like that. I saw them aiming at Pharah in the sky.
It don't do that.
Struggle to punch upwards. Slingshotter, of course, nowhere near their team. Big on flanking.
The fun part about what you've just discovered is that I believe they've been doing that all the way through.
Oh, yes.
So they've been hoping it would eventually just, you know, work. Carts rolling. They stored it for 3 minutes, though.
Yes, I guess this is their most successful point. Maybe they'll, if they can just get past that first point, the same outcome will happen on attack.
On charge here could be brutal onto player, however, just going too deep with the pin means that it's an easy 4v1 onto that Reinhardt, lacking tank pressure. Now the red team are going to struggle to move on forward at this point. Meteor strike in the back pocket. Player 3 needs it to escape a briny grave that Pharah might condemn them to. It's very evasive right now for the Pharah, just going up in the air. They've mastered a fuel-based flight at this point. The free flight might not be there, but it's free frags for Slurm to turn it around. What is player 3 has some truly interesting Doomfist mechanics. Get Quaketon could VOD review this for years.
Oh, another Reinhardt copy. Maybe they feel the most comfortable just having the big hammer swing guy where you melee everybody with a lot of health.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's big value off of sticky nades as well. Yep. Grouped together, 2 players on the floor from the pin, but charge onto the one who managed to block it themselves.
Slurm safe in the sky.
Billy for that, but it's only going to be the Pharah who remains now. And despite 4 minutes and 4 seconds for the 3rd point defense here, it has been held down the entire time. What a reckoning from the Blues.
It looks like we have an even matchup with these team comps.
People who came from like Marvel versus Capcom?
What just happened to Tracer?
What gamers would have been found? And Twig's having a rough time on this map. It's true.
Yeah, you know what? If they can make it back in time, I'd like to spectate them at the beginning of this area.
Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of environmental danger here. We're like a Takeshi's Castle-esque zone for the Tracer.
All right, careful. There's 2 giant bodies of water on both sides of this bridge. Hopefully you don't end up blinking too far here. All right, once again, Brig, even though she does have a shield, front lines and unfortunately falls to Twig, to Gatorade. Now you got me calling them. Oh, a successful environmental kill from Pharah.
Oh, he utilized Twig, getting a little bit aggressive here, and seems to have discovered their lane player. This Moira is just running into the back, trying to kill the Iron Man. Very Scarlet pilled.
All right, Doom unfortunately using his block before going in. This is going to be tough to block all the damage with absolutely no abilities left. He gets taken out. Yeah, you want to use that when you see some bullets going your way. That's something he's got to learn throughout this game.
Admittedly, the ideal playstyle for the Brigitte is actually exactly the opposite of what Captain America should do. Brigitte wants to be quite reserved and saving all of their stuff for when their other support needs a little bit of peel and a little bit of LPs. Out goes the Pulse Bomb. Oh, Proggy Panda just throws themselves on top of it, cosplaying Captain America in their own right. Get away! I'll save you all here at Camp Lehigh. Yeah, that's right. I watched the film. Under siege manages to get away back to the loving arms of their supports, but guess who's in the back? It's the Cass.
Our favorite Hella player, Slingshotter, does have High Noon at the ready. The question is, can they coordinate with their team? Oh.
Well, it could be a good angle.
No
here.
Justice yet. I'm still watching for Slingshotter.
Yeah, they're acutely aware.
To Gatorade,
Cassidy's position
is making sure this Cassidy has no fun in the back line. This could be a big High Noon. Yes! Yes!
Unreal value there. Patience pays off. Ziggy Billy ended up back here somehow as well. Not entirely sure how. Gatorade under siege just has to dodge on away. Most of the blue team have actually fallen here. Miss Loser's falling super low. The follow-ups there from Slurp, but Slingshot is overwhelmed. Still, Slurp can keep up the pressure and play around this cart. You don't want to get in too close to that Reinhardt. Just use your flight to stay out of his grubby little arm's reach. He's only a short king, and he's going to try and make it work, but punched into oblivion by player 3. Having to make decisions here as to whether to prioritize the objective itself or going into the backline to really set up that Thor-style disruption that they know and love. In towards the back, Zenyatta in their sights. It should be an easy punch, but it goes awry. 3% away now from the meteor strike. Guess what it needs to get it, but 1 second short of making it work. Ziggy Billy can't pop the rally, but this means the last fight here for the Blues is going to be loaded for bear with 2 whole ultimates.
Yes, hopefully Doom can get a pick here. Pushing in, maybe on the back line. If he does do it on Zen, then Miss Loser is definitely going to trans to defend herself. And here it goes. Yup, as predicted. Nobody's injured.
Nice self-save there from Miss Loser. Heads up play with the Soul Resurgence in towards the back. Ziggy Billy, the rally. It doesn't last long against this much damage. Slingshot is going to do their best to make it work with the Peacemaker in hand. Almost has another Deadeye to work with here as well. Miss Loser's too evasive. That big square hitbox is difficult to get away from. Twig, 3 taps here. The accuracy's everything. You got to get in and touch that cart right now, though. Actual Hella player, as I live and breathe. Nowhere near the objective. Gets on top of it. What a clutch from the Blues.
All right, the final push here. Is this going to be a big noon? There's not anything to defend it with, except for Rein's shield, but he has not spawned yet. Honestly, yep, you can get some value out of an early noon here, maybe. If he times this correctly. 1 second left. He gets the pick.
Oh my goodness! By the skin of their teeth.
His aim is so calm.
Well, they are a little bit clean with it on the hit scan aim. Nice stick coming through. Ziggy, of course, delivering it to Slurp. Amazon Prime. But 2.5 extra minutes. The chaos continues.
Got a little 1v1 here between Gatorade and Slingshotter. Another classic DPS duel. Wow, excellent boop. Almost taking Cassidy out into the wide open. But Slingshotter's learned the role. Oh my goodness!
Flashbang used. It's rare that the EQ is pressed, but when it does, it gets some real value. Twig up nice and close here, but when you get that close to Slingshotter, you are going to get a face full of rocks. And now Miss Loser is going to be added to the Losers queue. Ryan just going to do their best to stall that on the cart here with their last remaining life force. And it is a 2-person slam. Hey, you know what? It opens it up for Glitchy Yume. We'll call that one even.
All right, Doom, this is your time to shine. Let's see that fast rollout. You got 10 seconds to touch this cart. Get there, Thor. Get there.
Behold,
it's a massive. And then you have to touch the cart too.
Nice. All over
They're
it right
saved.
now. Player 3 grabs the overtime. Reinhardt could be overwhelmed going in towards the back. Ziggy Billy's doing their best Captain America impression. Oh my goodness. Look at him. It's like America in Vietnam rolling over the backbone.
They are going to be suffering a bit on ult utility on this last point, but we did learn that they were able to hold this area. They're used to this type of environment for 4 whole minutes, so maybe that'll counter the red team as they push into this final point.
Slingshot getting some aggressive poke in early, as you want to do on either Hela or on Cassidy. And you know what? Twig's actually been finding it very difficult to get away from the auspices of the Peacemaker for now. Player 1 overwhelmed, didn't have that block available, and that means that with no opposing tank, Ryan is free to move on forward. Did I say free? I meant taxed. Ziggy really takes that one on down with a melee strike back, and one Miss Loser. They just have to try and play for themselves here. Glitchy Yume's too far away from the Soul Return. Just come back to me, Mantis. I need the healing. I'm hiding away. And while it may be a flight here for Moira, they're not flying very high, down to the ground like a Boeing jet under normal operation. Ryan's here to try and make it happen.
No block from Ziggy. A massive block.
Unreal. The Brigitte value is all over the place, and we're still a Dead Eye to play with.
Able to secure this kill. It's okay because their team will. Slingshot her. Getting some character development in the last moment, not flanking, but shooting from behind. The safety of the tank. It's all up to Sling. Moira's low in the back. You have to touch. The last second touch.
Oh, the Moira's there with the coalescent self-healing comes on through, but Ryan
Ziggy is here.
Bring it on through as well. Nasty stuff. Ziggy's arrived. I don't know if Slurm can make it to the car to try and keep overtime going. Oh, they get lost. They end up with the doorway. Oh, it's the wrong room, son.
Okay, so yeah, big thing. I don't think there's a Marvel Rivals map that is as big as New Junk City. All right, it looks like
shaking of the hand, some nodding from player 3. The communications are real, you know.
Giving a little bit of pep talk, maybe. He's still trying to punch upwards. Unfortunately, Doomfist does not work like that.
You know, if they keep trying it, it'll come eventually. You know. They'll just change Doomfist here and now.
They did make their way to the point, though. Oh, very early charge, and Ziggy, turn around, careful. Where did Doom go? He's already in. Oh.
Changing his position. Slingshot just continuing to stand still, stand on business up at the top, has eyes on
what a punch.
Loser. And there they go. Oh man, just did not last long enough. Slingshot is just still decimating the lobby right now. Actual vandal aim, unfortunately.
Yeah, based off all the responses, I think Slingshotter had the most positive transition from Hela to Cass, and it seems as though the big thing is if you're a hit scan player, moving into another hit scan player, that just seems ideal.
Yeah, I'd say that Gatorade and Slingshot are the most likely to thrive coming into this, as like there's a lot more raw mechanic as opposed to the more ability-based heroes that we see in the... Oh my goodness, wow. Slingshot just overestimates their health bar there, really, going up against 2. Glitchy, managing to third party onto that one's kind of crazy.
Oh, we have a big flank coming in from Gatorade. Great use of the recall.
Yeah, not an ideal backline to go into there with the Moira and the Brigitte. Seems like Ziggy is very slowly getting more used to playing the Brigitte. It's going to be flipped over in favor of the red team here, so it should be a disengagement. Seems like they're going to be able to call it and get out in time.
All right, just waiting for that tank to return. Where's player 3? Any ideal? That looked like an ideal rollout. He doesn't know about the fact that you can kind of continue your momentum as you're punching by holding down the jump button. But I didn't want to give any of these players any techs, especially a Doomfist player. I am not biased at all towards Doomfist players. Friendly caster, no.
Not biased at all. Oh, players still has to block all of their utility, actually. Oh, Possum goes wide. Big slam coming on through here from Ryan. Whoa!
Oh my!
Gets it done again with 3. Unreal flank value coming on through. Ryan could actually try and clutch up here. Has to be careful not to get stunned out of it here by the Brigitte with that rally shield bashing. He just runs them down. America rides again, baby.
And it's looking like blue team is going to take this first point. Now, it's the big gamble. What is the next point after this? Will they know where to go?
Yep, now into the confusion zone.
Yep. I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess we have Proggy taking the lead here. They seem to be confident that the point is over here, and they've done it. Wait, I'm noticing someone's a bit... Someone got a little left behind. Understandable.
Player 3 may not have been included in this road trip. Home alone, unfortunately.
All right.
Gonna have to try and defend this without a tank.
Yep, Blue made it to the point first, but is there any fast rolling out? Nope, it's looking like he's not going to make it there in time.
Ryan doesn't know where the flyer is right now. A little bit lost. This could be a huge slam, though, especially with the Vegeta overextending. Charge not going to go too far. Does have the charge cancels down, at least. Doesn't have a nightmare time of just charging into the enemy backline without being able to stop it, and that's going to be the first point. Going the way of the Blues, even with player 3 having arrived late, they just managed to evade all of that poke to begin with.
I think that is one thing that you struggle with here, is that there's such little narrow corridors that you got to traverse through in order to get to the actual point. It's either right or left if you want to push on this point. Oh my goodness! Is that a 5-4-man shatter?
4-player shatter, because guess who's on the flank
Oh
again?
yes, of course. Let's see what's going on in the flank zone from Slingshotter.
At the moment, Yume's just keeping them a little bit suppressed. Could actually end up in a 2v2 here with Slurm. But, well, Ryan's going to make this a little bit... Nice stop on the charge there. Great tech from Slingshotter. Unfortunately, Slurm is still a little bit too close to survive this one. Man, Slurm is such a Splatoon build name as well. How did I not see the signs? How could I be so blind?
I will be honest, I've only played Splatoon in Super Smash Bros., so I'm not sure what a Splatoon shooter aim would look like.
If it sounds like you drink it in the Futurama universe, that's Splatoon. Ooh.
So many of these transes are not being used to stop DPS ults, but Doomfist ult, massive.
Now you once again can't get away from the pulse swap. It's too close on the floor, trying to strafe into a build. Whoa, did you see the players flick? That was kind of wild right there to get rid of Retro Falcon. Still is going to fall on down to Ryan. But in the midst of all of this, still the barrage doesn't come out. Proggy Panda has to weigh the risks here. Do you invest your ultimate to try and clutch this one out? It's 92%, so it might be
much
do
damage.
or die.
Can Slurp? No! With
No
1
way.
health remaining. Ryan gets the charge off.
Just not confident investing right there. Player 3 has arrived, though. Nice shot stop on the charge. Unable to interrupt the coalescence, though. And that means there's more than enough healing here for the red team to try and secure this one. Ziggy Billy might actually have to call it at this point, out of range of using those health packs. And while they will be able to survive for a little bit on the point, it might well be for nothing. Just grabs a little bit of additional ult charge, and bye-bye. Uh-oh.
Red takes the next map.
This is an unideal ultimate. A pair of ultimates, actually. There are 2 Moiras here.
Oh, no.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
But a kill, maybe they can get their ult in time. Oh no, there's 3 seconds left. Yeah, unfortunately, Slurm has not been able to build an ultimate as they reported before. maybe Proggy gave them a little tip. Hey, just copy me. I'm auto aim, and you can get ult.
Yeah, copy me. I'm Scarlet Witch. You know Scarlet Witch. Yo, Proggy Panda's kind of got the hops going on with the Moira fades. Not terrible when it comes to that mobility.
Oh yeah, they're learning. They're learning how to utilize and maximize their movement.
Get him
fighting. Oh, that is quite a fade. Absolutely shutting down Glitch Yume's ult.
Yeah, brutal beginnings here. Slingshotter back on top, just standing still, living his life, having the greatest time. Ryan up against 3, can't charge through it. And, well, that's going to be first cap going the way of the Blues here. Making a hold with a couple of ultimates as well. Oh, well, might actually be white play.
Oh, Glitch Yume taking a note out of Slingshotter's book. And flanking. Oh, Glitch, careful! Such effective high noons. It is like watching literal day 1 Overwatch. You never see this many high noon kills in modern day Overwatch.
It's so glorious. Oh,
careful.
3 gets solo slam. Did you see that dodge come through as well from the
I did from Moira, yes,
Panda?
yes. Made it out of there.
Good reaction speed.
You can see the evolution of these players. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's see. Oh, Blue just takes this. Nobody touches in time.
Yeah. Somewhere, Samito screaming. Seems like they're unaware. But the point is over. They're still going to be investing Retro Falcon.
Oh, Gatorade attempting to take out the 2 stragglers.
Nah, doesn't get it done. Where are we heading for the last one? Are we going over to a high ground? No, we're going to be in the refinery, I believe this is called. Question is, will they find out about that hole in the middle by scouting or by accident?
I don't even know what you're talking about, so I doubt it. But I'm not very observatory in these types of games.
I am not an observatory. Well, I can't say you're wrong, bud. Player 3 gets a little bit aggressive, heading in. Nice play off for Trance. And Voice himself to get it one tap. Also, they get that charge punch. Down comes the Meteor.
Another big. Oh my goodness. Falcon is learning so many. So much about his fades.
Wait. Accidental discovery of a Rhine. Accidental discovery of death. Oh, the Discord orb too much to bear right here. Miss Loser does.
Slingshotter.
Coming around that back though, Slingshotter. The flank value is continuous. Okay, I've discovered they found out about the hole by accident.
Yep, there's Gatorade falling into the hole as usual, falling off the map.
Ryan's falling. Oh, there goes the Moira.
Goodbye, Moira. Good luck getting back up. Oh, there goes Doom. There goes Doom.
Roller. Oh, Slime actually emerges from the hole. The reverse hole play this time. Oh, instantly Froggy Panda gets beaten down by...
Oh my goodness, Big Slam.
Real value. Oh, Slingshotter has so little health to try and play with. Twig finally gets them out of the Deadeye. And it seems like the Blues are falling down the hole again.
Oh, it breaks down there too.
2 players fall down the hole. Who knew the refinery could be played like this?
Bring it down there.
They're down the hole again. Oh, there we go.
Oh, what a shot from Glitch.
Time. It's going to be too hard to get over there. The hole might well have been the MVP. That's actually so iconic. Player 3 still trying to make it work. It will happen one day, but I promise.
Oh, the vertical punch?
Yeah. Pure will to make it happen. I respect it.
Okay, we have everybody on red team pushing in through the right door, not really trying any flanks, nothing crazy going on. While on the other team, blue team is taking a lot of space, probably with Doomfist jumping forward and not being given the option of being safely behind a shield.
So in terms of maps, this one's actually fairly similar to Marvel Rivals' Eldritch Monument on Hydra Base. So it should make sense in terms of how the positioning works out once players realize that. Seems like it's actually been a bit of a chase here from the red team. We're going to give over a free first cap to the Blues. Flying's been a little bit frisky. Goes in with the pin, gets player 3 low, who just has to leap away. Almost got him with a fireflag on the other half as well. Building up that overhealth here for Doomfist makes things a little bit more complicated, and a well-charged punch could prove deadly here if anyone gets in the way. This could be 4-3, in fact, get knocked on back. But player 3 has to retreat due to low HP, needs to avoid the incoming charge. Ziggy's not so lucky. He gets smushed up against the wall, a twisted metal salad where Brigitte once stood.
You know, I do wonder if player 3 or Ryan knows that they can cancel a punch and a charge by using vice versa.
I know that Ryan knows about the charge cancel. I saw one earlier.
Okay.
Do not know about player 3.
Oh, there it is. I don't know if that was on purpose, but
each other.
It worked in Ryan's favor.
Yeah. Slingshotter, round the back. Can you burst through the coal healing is the question. Gets the flashbang into the correct position. Has actually flipped the point in the midst of all this down to Ryan just surviving forever. Froggy Panda doing their best to try and get away. Ziggy Billy desperately needs healing, but the burst on the Reinhardt is too much to bear for a little brig. And Froggy stands alone for now until player 3 comes in. Up again. Oh, an environmental kill!
What a punch!
Alpha AF.
And now to claim the point back potentially with a... Oh, a double fist ult! Watch out for the
pulse. Oh my goodness. Watch out for that pulse bomb. One final punch maybe. For now, Twig or Gatorade just keeps it contested. In the end, has to go away. Wow, what a performance from player 3.
You just don't really have that many opportunities as Thor to environmental kill people like that. You have to commit to pushing somebody. You have to go with them. But with Doom, you can safely just stay wherever you make the connect.
Yeah,
oh, and they stopped the charge!
Unfortunately, too many players looking the way of player 1 with a line down on their back. Slingshotter, though, now can put on the pressure. The Deadeye is ready to go. We never. This is actually the best ult in the game in this particular lobby. Barrage first. Ziggy Billy unable to avoid it. Slump already lost the duplicate, unfortunately. Oh! Gatorade is so low, forced out the recall. Slingshotter up against the cliff. It's just like 300. Here come the Spartans and Xerxes.
Can he still get a kill out of this? He's getting healed.
Xerxes messenger just combat roll away. Bad writing. Zack Snyder's fired all over again. Out comes the Deadeye. The Pharaoh's got nowhere to go apart from behind that pillar down to the Patience. Trying to wait out the Soul Resurgence.
What a high noon.
Oh, the audacity to fire strike. Up and can't avoid the pulse storm. Still, the aim is good, and well, in the end, it might well be Gatorade is able to clutch out here. It's a pretty good duel against an Echo.
Who can touch? Oh, we have Tracer desperately fighting. Kind of a counter to Echo and Doom, so they're not really taking too much damage on the point. They're able to secure their team.
All right.
Now can Slurm do anything in overtime? Kind of C9ing a bit, but, you know, what are you to do as Echo? With no heals.
Know what? I just saw Ziggy noticed the ults don't carry over, might as well pop it.
Right, yes.
The big experience.
Blue team, we're not biased, but you need to lock in for this. We need to see Marvel Rivals players play on well. All right. Once again, player 3 making it to the point very quickly. Oh, but we have Ryan and the rest of them getting closer to the point.
Getting close for now. Player 3 doing their best to survive, surrounded by multiple players.
Booping Pharaoh. Will Pharaoh fall? Does Pharaoh have... Yup, no, Pharaoh does not have enough to get back. It's not every day you see a Pharaoh boop.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's quite devastating there. All right. How will Red Team fight back and get to the point?
How do you break into this?
Ziggy in the front line.
Yeah, discorded break up against the line. Not a good time. This
but
is not
Slingshotter. You know, normally someone might get a little bit upset at somebody not playing with the team, but Slingshotter does secure his kills on the sideline. A little bit late though.
Bro, look at where my Hela is. I'm good.
Oh no.
Point gets flipped in favor of the Reds for now. Ziggy Billy just doing their best to keep Gatorade at arm's length. Oh, a little hop and skip with a jump over the incoming charge from Ryan, who's now isolated themselves a little bit. Just gets past.
One more swing will kill Break.
Oh man, the Discord Orb on the break. Looking for charge. That punch here from player 3 could be big. Actually doesn't get to charge out that much, unfortunately. Out goes a wild attempt at the pulse bomb. But in the end, oh, it's Sling on the angle. Oh, my Hella's managed to find the backline again. The creepy innings have been excavated.
Three of them are dead.
Feasted. 2 DPS surviving against a tank and a support. No healing to play with.
I don't know if that's ideal. I mean, Ryan just has to hold up shield. Moira just has to hold M1.
Okay, other Moira's arrived now. Glitch has been noted. Slingshotter now knows where both of the opposing
and that's a canceled charge. Well done, player 3.
Dead on the other side as well. Could be difficult for Zen to try and get away from this one. Actually, a
no.
little bit of damage on the both for support. Slingshotter under siege here from the Tracer. And Twig manages to get it done with the melee.
It's looking like blue team has one more attempt.
So no well.
Not biased, but please. One more attempt to get us to well.
That's true. A lot of damage coming through from that skill orb. Samido still screaming.
We have Zilly leading the front line. They're just so used to being that tank and jumping in. Player 3 needs health. Heal that tank. They escape.
And they heal themselves up.
And what an ult. They save themselves and secure a frag. Now they just need to get on the actual point. Ziggy gets charged, but they get a Zen pick from player 3.
This is what happens when you give Thor access to a monster.
Oh, what a shatter! But Slingshotter not being with the team, of course he doesn't get hit by it.
He's unslammable. He's just unslammable.
The only way you ult him is if it's a solo ult. All right, can they do a good job at defending for 60% more?
It needs to happen. Slurp can cook. I wonder if they got the friendly copy like Loki does as their perk.
Oh,
Early,
yes.
Early stick here. Player should be healable, though. Has to be careful with their HP, of course. Eats up an incoming fire strike. Using that matrix, tries to get Ryan off the map. Just manages to grip onto the edge with little toesies, though. Ryan getting so aggressive. Pins the Moira. Oh, the red team have just disintegrated in the face. Oh my goodness, where did the blues go? The reds just tear through them.
We need a Doctor Strange portal desperately.
Quick, go Strange. So no well?
So no well. We want to know, what is it like having perks?
It feels maybe a little clunky just because I'm not used to it and it's in the middle of the game and I don't know which ones are better or which ones use in which situations. But I do think it's a cool idea.
We were wondering, as a Loki main, were you also selecting the perk that allows you to copy your teammates?
I was. I selected that one every time just because I was used to being able to copy teammates.
Did you find yourself being a DPS copying support ults or copying DPS ults? What was your preference?
I tried copying tank a few times. I tried copying Moira a few times. I think I would need more playtime in general to like actually get value out of it, but it did feel similar to Loki in that way, yeah.
Who else wants to talk about the perks?
This game is just like League of Legends. I don't know, man.
I'm uninstalling.
I forgot I had perks half the time.
We did notice that, yes. There was a point where everybody had both their perks and you didn't have any, yes.
Yeah.
What I found that I was picking the most was being able to move while ulting and also more jetpack. Mostly because I wanted to stay up in the air, and I'm going to be real honest, I wanted to get a kill by throwing someone off the map with one of the impulses, which I did manage to do at the very end.
We did see that, yes. What was it like moving from 6v6 to 5v5?
It felt really weird.
I did not like it. Felt so strange just having one tank on the team.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to copy a tank all. I thought it might be helpful, but you know.
We needed more tanks. We were dying like flies out there, especially against high noon.
If you could add one feature from Marvel Rivals to Overwatch, what would it be?
What
I would add all of the performance issues with Marvel Rivals.
Wow.
Yeah.
He wants Overwatch to die.
Probably.
But the frame rate is so good, honestly. I can move.
Oh yeah, this game is very optimized, yeah.
I don't like the where you have to queue as a certain height.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So if I move for a quick queue.
All right, supports. The main question, first of all, we want to ask is, what was it like going from 6v6 to 5v5?
You feel so much more frail.
I missed the second tank, man. I keep getting flanked.
How did you guys feel about the game revolving less around ultimates and more around the neutral mechanics?
I think that was pretty nice.
It was okay.
I'd say that was true, but then again, I think I died like 3 times to...
The Cassidy ult, the
yeah.
Deadeye.
I'm not trained to listen for that sound, so I just die to it, and I'm like, what?
That's why I was saying it's kind of like watching day one Overwatch. People just don't know what every voice line means. So people...
Dude,
it's very broken in day one.
Died in front of me. It was so scary when I saw 4 people die in front of me.
Yeah.
The only one.
All right, what was it like upgrading your characters mid-game with perks?
I truly believe that's the best part of this game, because like the perks were kind of interesting.
If you guys were to add one feature from Rivals into Overwatch, what would it be?
Another character.
Okay. Again, we only had you guys playing one character, but...
Oh, no, I meant like another player. like
6v6. Okay.
They need someone to twerk like Venom.
Okay.
I need a twerking.
I mean, the equivalent of Venom gameplay-wise in this game is a character called Wrecking Ball or Hammond, and he is a little hamster. It'd be Wrecking Ball twerking, I guess.
I think team-ups would be cool, because I love team-ups and Rivals.
Oh yeah, team ups in Overwatch, yeah.
I would want my character to sprint because she is so slow to move. Then I can't get nobody.
Well, I can assure you, there's plenty of mobility-based characters in Overwatch. You just didn't get to play any of them.
Do you think you'd prefer playing Overwatch in third person?
Yes.
Yeah, over first, yeah.
It's like easier to notice when you're getting flanked.
The tanks. We have a Doctor Strange and a Thor player. What is it like being the only tank possible on your team? Are you used to that?
I enjoy when there's 2 tanks because it allows there to be like a main tank, a tank who can like go do other things and still be able to tank if needed, And then you have the like 2 duelists and then 2 strategists, which I like it. I like it a lot.
Some would say that the transition to 5v5 happened because tank became such an unpopular and unfun role that no one was queuing for it.
What?
Because
I don't think it's some say. I think they literally confirmed that.
How? Tank is the best role.
If you guys could transfer over certain things from Overwatch into Rivals or Rivals into Overwatch, what would you transfer over?
Every time I would walk past a window in a building, I'd go, oh, there's a guy in there. Let me just... Oh, wait, no, that window's indestructible. And I actually...
Destructible terrain, I really like about Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super interesting.
Being able
That's
to
one
see
of
a
the, I
guy
think,
but
most
not
hated
kill him
things.
is painful.
But to be
It's like-
fair, I think most people hate the destructible environments because it destroys their performance.
That sounds like a skill issue to me.
Exactly.
You two actually got pretty good at your characters by the
Dude,
end of our series.
So I stopped thinking about my character as Thor, and I started thinking about him like the Thing, and that helped me so much better.
Okay.
What this character is supposed to do is focus on the squishies.
Yeah,
No,
I definitely
don't.
struggled with that bit as Ryan, because he's only got the 1 charge. You can charge so far, and as solo tank, that's only a bad thing. Once you're 20 feet away,
I will say...
this is not designed for solo tank, this moveset.
In Overwatch, we have a little bit less control in terms of hard stuns compared to, like, the strategist line of Marvel Rivals. And there's a passive for tanks in Overwatch that stops control effects, I think, by about 33%. How did you guys feel about getting to actually play the game?
I had a blast with this character. I love knocking people off of the ledge, off of the map completely. It's so funny to me. I'm just like, oh, bye-bye. You're going over there now.
Click these 2 videos for free money. When I say free money, I mean you'd be supporting me. The free money would go to me. Thanks. Gambling addictions?
Breedable.
Breedable? What did you say?
Treatable.